Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night. I don't know in all the world, but maybe in United States or England. I don't know. No, you know. I am Spanish. I was born in Mexico, but well, okay. I try to explain my book to use you. Okay, baby. In English, but this is very for you. You will have the opportunity to anticipate your knowledge of your personality, and now that what terrain you're treated to decide if you react to the that being to it or not. Okay, if it is better to turn around and look for the characters that are compatible with you so that you avoid the problems that will inevitable occurs to you. They are not. Okay. Okay, do not forget that you control the world, little one. Okay, we men, we do not want to want you want if you convince it us. We are acceptical, suspicious, distrustful, or indifferent to this issue because we are egoistical and we believe that we know everything and that we govern to the world. We do it for an of woman. Do not forget us, please. Do not forget us. I want to ask for any man who loves a woman. What we go to do without them? Okay, because women have shown us that we are not indispensable. I propose some keys for you to know or rectify to your actions, as well as to understand that those around you throw to the interpretations. I give I give two signs of the zodiac. Its content, the advantage and disadvantage of each of the zodiacal personalities. It's very important in my book. Okay, I have to explain realities and the need to attitude change to catch of those joys that are the at what and that life has reserved for us somewhere. Is in some very human feeling that was that wait for us and that you don't yet know or remain very close to you without finding out. I will be as simple understanding what your personality contains in the signs that corresponds to you in attitudes and dispositions. You will have to analyze and follow in the same okay way in the same way the characters of other posters. You have more information about them and learn how to manage and your feelings about them to them as well as the relationships that occurs in your daily life so that you also learn to accept with whom you should share the time of your existence, especially that of your partner. No? Okay, partner. Okay, okay. That the truth is real. Everything is more complicated to find the right balance because age count and coincide in all age when it is mature. Okay, say after 40, as I think so. With true love or with the appropriate relationships to is almost impossible. Nobody want to take responsibility. Come, risk trying again because you are divorced. I think so. Okay, because you are in the climateric or menopause because you have the present love because you have children. So to which they will say, or just because I get tired to starting over the better, I occasionally relate when I feel like it to do it. All age exhausts attempts to be to begin age again. Okay, but we but we will think, okay, that your disposition to the society it is less that you longing to find your back with happiness as a couple, for example. For it requires greater effort and willingness to make you reach those begins, because with whom you will experience enjoying the satisfaction. Also, that security to finding yourself with manageable problems and avoiding those signs, okay, that will only generate conflicts eventually, which will not take you anywhere headling. I think so. You must say goodbye, even if they are a sweet personalities of charity. They reserve to you for a present moment and occasional poor or tiny trading, and for a lighting sensual relationships. If it is a secret, it's unnecessary love. But the reality is that there are encounters that have no future or solidity, only at the wisest present. Let us is not forget that life is a sum of cycle that just as they begin to the end, for example, no, you will learn to change your friendships without seeing the need to waste your time with those who is advanced will not agree, even is the day otherwise. Okay, they are in the other side of the fence. Okay, you must seek and accept only those which with which you will, for example, agree, or do not mind the mass of human beings that inhabit okay, this entire planet. I told you that we are more than 8,000 millions of them, okay? Because most do not care, okay? And if you find out, knowing your sign, you know what you risk. Concentrate on your living in space. I think so, no? I think so, of course. No, it's very very important. Okay, okay. I mean the area you need around you, so you do not feel pressured or distressed by the presence of others. Okay, where you will select those who cannot harm you. You do not allow it, only those who are willing to give your happiness, prefer for you trips or occasional visits. Okay? Understand how to cope with the intention of certain people. Knowing in advance your sign and therefore your personality that you have begun to recognize or manage it with fancy thanks um, to what you have studied in this or several other reference books. Please do not forget, woman. Not all men are equal. Okay, I think so. It is important not to lose yourself. Okay, it is considered that the person of the same sign in the same in attitudes, although they are in double tea flour in the same cake, but with different aroma and flavor. Okay, I think so. They are fundamental coincidence that make them remarkable, similar, but not the same. And you will observe it when you study them. Do not get confused about the variables that you find when you exclaim. That cannot be a Leo, for example. Okay, for example, let us not forget are found the difference in the modifications or each person's temperament, life, circumstance, education, disappointments, or lack of love and support. The excesses of affection and the protection that they have imposed on our personality. Okay, reactions. The personality reactions are often contradictory and may not appear with the zodiacal personality that corresponds to us by making our characters show attitudes that we do not identify or found in other signs, for example. No? However, I assure you that when you know or recognize a human being by your sign, for example, you will find too many attitudes that identify equities according to its content. The interpretation of the signs of the zodiac is not something of another world. However, I will have a challenge when we set out to memorize all the contents and the various variables, particular motifs, let me see, contents, for example, contents or interpersonal attitudes and personalities. That's when analyzing them, the confusion does tend to arrive boring to an ordinary reader, not used to make a book in his hands, who want to know a lot about this attractive and mysterious subject of astrology combined with psychology, remaining in them always half oriented or totally confused. It is not about assuring them that what is writing to me is I don't know, something new. It only has a different scientific validity because it combines it with the principles of psychology. Okay, my logic and common sense, okay, we must accept that the research of this methodologically speaking, or is millenary. This means that more than the 3,000 years of astrological history support is content. There is a confront related to almost absolute truth. It considers and works. Okay, why? That is one of the mysteries of life. So, so I say yes, yes, it will be the moon, the stars, and the titles, the luminosity of the actors or factors in a nebula close to a thousand light years. Okay, what I can assure you is what that the factor destiny that the creator of the universe assigned to each one, or as like grant also qualities and attitude, the identity of us in particular groups, as in the, for example, as in the science. In the most precise and most proven reflection that God had to do in this to be classified by personalities. Okay, I would like to hear some synthesis sciences. Okay, scientists. Okay, agnostic or metaphysical who contradict me. I accept that. The true in that the Aries, for example, no, the true in that the Aries is remarkable similar, and the pieces were without doubt in the birth and death, respectively, the natural cycle of life. I must respectfully acknowledge the beings that use their intelligence to make the most of their lives, or exactly finding the way to identify us by gathering that formed the qualities and effects of everyone without the extravagance and complicated ways of knowing the human being through science for away from the general understanding. Understanding such as the study of the mind that does not clarify in a few words. I don't know. I accept that. And simply the content of our personality because it focuses in disorders that affect in our behavior, and we review analysis and conclusion that limit the full practical knowledge of each being, especially for those us. We are interested in knowing each other and knowing each other. If we intend to do a through this science that we do not manage, we will end of confused and possibility more affected that we were always, always at the technique dedicated to studying the mind we designed that had for the mentally life or mentally ill. Okay, pathologically speaking, okay, which is confidential and does not allow us to manage it for daily equilibrium because emotional support in overcoming the quality or of existence is continuously required. Okay, this is an answer. Okay, imagine it. Imagine it. If you find yourself is need to study psychology and human behavioral science to try to understand your annoying neighbor, your complicated partner, of your scolding mom or dad. Unfortunately, you will let your life go to looking for answers that you may never detect. Okay, you accept that because the psychological analysis is not available to all. Who can who can use it with comprehensive recommendations and not putting out a small like given hope where they do not exist. The path is for the unethical majority, okay, little functional for everyday life. There is also the fear that they may discover conditions or the deficiencies that they will not know how to manage with skill. I want to tell you that the techniques of psychology allow this who are training to give the patient find their balance or adjustments of their behaviors that face others. Okay, we cannot expect we cannot expect that each of you will suddenly become a personality analyst of the mind. It is uniquely key because psychology in isolation do not solve, okay, the damages integrity of the individual. As like it's not short and hurry because it ends. They must remember that there are too many demands of the societies in which we live, and if we add the needs of our body in which we live, okay, we decided to look for shortcuts and paths that do not disturb our existence even more. I try to understand you all, to be very clear for you, okay? Um, for example, the first is us to look in the literature and technical books for answers to our doubts that provide us the opportunity to cultivate us or guide us, point out our shortcomings and now to correct them. That our friends and secret counselors are the results. That they diminish our worries. That they suggest us what to do with our lives. Okay, which teach us how to be better, how to learn to forgive, to love, and forget. That they provide us with their letter to throat an instrument to permanent consultation that is easy to read, enjoyable, useful, sincere, and that they do not only propose that trash that we will see some discard or as lovely and colorful magazines, for example. Okay, they have to fun, but do not always educate. Not my dear friends, because I understand that they are attentive readers of these issues and men who are interested in finding some solutions to their coexistence. Okay, I invite you to enter the world in the side of the Zodiac. Okay, without reaching to depths of the sophisticated technique or astral charts, ancestry, which I call proximity to personalities for the time of birth, and not because they start a watch in a good month, or because they mess in the spring in the middle of two Saturn moons, drying of cold because they converted them, okay, the head of the sun. No, okay. Thus studies I lead to the profound scholars of the subject that unfortunately the several students reserved to for the elite that can pay such a visit. Okay, regarding the experts in horoscopes, okay, I must understand that they try to survive depending on the unspecting and navy readers who let them be carried away by hopes. I know marketing, but I do not accept that they look there incredulous. Okay, fantasy and seeking minds to those who seek to define in their word the answers to your doubts, okay, or of what to do to end unhappiness, or present a project of the love of life with television programs that entertaining them. Hey, it's good. I don't know. What do you think? I try I try to say you the truth, no? The truth of the life. Yeah, but also make a mistake in a sharp marketing game where hard are not at close encounters of the third tribe. That today they will win the lottery and meet a couple of their lives in the dual appearance or a passing taste of our story, like those of the wise grandmother who managed to coax their high navy grandchildren and click hard so that will asleep. The interpretation of the age signs, okay, is beyond good and evil, as Federico Nietzsche, okay, would say. The last of the great philosophers of the modern era, German and unique genius. Okay, the Federico Nietzsche. Understanding. Understanding the science in the complex structure is not eaten with tortilla in Mexico, and Chile is not fed. Okay, coffee and biscuit, or make to the sound of the danceable tango, not even a long row with a little cream because they are soaring the illusion of knowing. Okay, or learning hopeful. My lyrics will help them to get to know you each other better. How we learn, to count on better human relations coexist with these peers. Okay, I think so. If it is about your parents, they will learn to understand and cope with them. Primarily to treat them in such a way that they avoid common problems in the family that are difficult to solve because they do not know what to do. Do not forget the parents. He has dreamed for a brief time, and in addition to honoring them and forgiving them, if they hurt us, we must understand them as we expected them the following when we are also okay. If it's about your brothers, for example, okay, if it's about your brothers, the same as with the parents. In the case, they will be able to take better advantage of what happens to them in their daily relationship with them, to live with their offense and they manage appropriately to what they like without coming to confrontation, understanding them better than they are and now to motivate them for a healthy family relationships. Do not forget that they are passengers in their lives because at some point they will stop and get of the family that trains to which they have belonged and we decide if are in another trips and another passenger, but the obligation to live in one roof will not be mandatory. I think so that in your relationships, all the things, all the people. For example, if it is about your partner, okay, your partner is very important, no? Finally, that should interest to you most in that throat this book. You know the terrain that you touch when accepting a man. If you are a woman, because as I have always said, it is a woman that chooses. Okay, the couple, we man ask to the one that plays us to accept us. If you decide as a woman, a man who is not compatible with you, your desires, aspirations, desires, and anxieties, shortcomings, madness, so many things that are part of your unique personality, and that you will find it in the context of your sign. You must cancel that loving praise because also, you see the beautiful, gallant, okay, and with a lot of money, in the end, it will end irremediably in front of a loser asking for a divorce, or with great disappointment and repentance, tearing your heart to pain or wrong. You do not forget to take, okay, into consideration age, your spirits, your hesitations, or your unwillingness, okay? Because even if you consider you idle, okay, idle partner will not always work. If you mom told me, I did not. Now, if you hold yourself, do not complain. But it's the end of your time, your years when you have life with your partner for 40 years, or remember you young completed. By Violet, you will with longing for the good times of or courtship and the children you kept them together. But you have squandered the great opportunity to rectify your mistake. I think so. Time? Time is not that I think that a couple of incompatibles do not have a good relationships, that they believe even when they read the lyrics and that were lost. I entirely that I made a mistake with you, who are a happiness, with a happy and lasting couple. Okay, the exception makes to the rule, and I congratulate them. They give me the receipt, for example, no? If in the end, what my theory dedicates, I only suggest that for those sweet and full moments of love that they had of the time, hurt yourself more that you should with claims and insults, and you know and and your cordiality. I think I think yes. Okay? Okay, especially if you have children, so as not to leave a trace of emotional pain that will affect your whole life. The divorce is painful, mourning is pitiful, but recovery is imperative. We all need someone who fits in with us and our desires for fulfillments, but which seem enough to cope on time of competition and conflict, in the adjustment of differences, or in the search for compatibilities to think of as stable, lasting relationships. You equal sign is not the more gallant, not the richest, not the Casanova that all want. Lover that has the virtuosity of going crazy in sexual act, nor the virginial price and naked to delicious foods, who irons the class unbeatable but pot butters. Okay, I try to say you may correct these things. Okay, make your truth or read a story to the children. Besides bake a sweet lady unless it's said to be used the enjoying it without demanding anything in return. A good companion that to everything says to you that yes, nothing. There are no permanent sacrifices if there are few lucky ones submerged in the syndrome of the male who find them willing to sacrifice without kissing to be in a fair position in front of Lily. I still go around the imitation to the educated say slave of the no 70th century. Okay, the next century. I don't know. There is an aspect that you should you not lose sight of that you should do yours if you want to be happy. Understand understand that you only that or only have an opportunity to enjoy that life the God gave you, and that ends soon if you do not feel it will satisfaction. Your existence will to be a waste, and it will not to be worth happy your fertilization. Fertilization, you are here. Then you have time to decide to change, to take from you the best that you have and that you have not discovered yet, perfecting your attitudes before you end with the relationships towards others. It is something that I assure you will serve you well. I repeat, if it's something you have learned to love yourself, you will ask me, what is the satisfaction that you will get if you address my recommendations, for example? An answer, no? Well, few human beings will deny me that they need a permanent partner to soften loneliness, tensions, and dissatisfactions. I'm going to make it easy for you. It's your word. I accept that, no? Why not? Okay, if you are an adult person or are old enough to develop your good erotic capacity to start your sexual activity, then you already need a partner. If you are incredibly young, I recommended learning to masturbate before you get pregnant by a full woman. It's my clear, okay? With all respect for you. Or you end up pregnant. And it does not matter today are condoms, something so prevalent in the new 21st century. Okay, what happened? What happened is that maturity is required to everything in the better weight. A bit before commenting makes that perfect persecute us our life toward the cause of emotion, emotion of an unwanted child or a deadly disease. Okay, let us love. We mature a little more, boy. For now, enjoy social relationships with currents that have limits, and that teach us to fall in the love even more. Okay, with the other person until I consider it is unique and unrepeatable. Okay, when a mature couple is needed, we always ask ourselves how to find it. And we fall into the idea of going to a love club or at parties in bars, in the lack of appearance one day. Hey, they exist everywhere, of all age, colors, and flavors. By one of them are unique characteristics. It's what we will feel you live with joy. Okay, which one? Okay, your wife, your wife. You are the one of the will chose. Oh, no matter how old you are the one who decides the ones who always pain possesses him less too. The one who lets the man approach in the pretensions, but neither satisfies yourself. Now allow yourself to block yourself. Okay, or hurt yourself by ending your sensual function, which is healthily just shows better, and do not commit yourself more that you should remember. They are there are no perfect or complete loves. Meditate and place in the in the balance what you know have to so you do not last for forever. The opportunity does not always happen frequently. Try to trust and alert in the attempts, failures and presented because it was chosen wrong, because the woman was carried away by despair and by an rage that will save a desperate situation, because it was time to keep it as it is, because she got tired of working, and now he must use a man to take away the burden of sustaining and surviving. Okay, this is my my point of those. Okay, okay. Choosing, please, choosing a couple in these terms also not seems to matter much the consequences as long it's met at the essential goal. Then it does not affect a total incompatibility. It is satisfied in the primary objective. My book will not serve much in this case. If it is a woman who decided to choose a man because of these values or because he feels that he loves him, that is in love with him, even is a poor, okay, that he is not incredibly young, okay, be overcome. But he has no for and that deferred defects and that can I needed time to renew to spirit and try to now better that then you love. Even if you do not have more that dead love. Okay, unpleasant sensations that only occurs when we find ourselves in love. Okay, in love, not lost, not lost in love without lying the ourselves. Then lay my lyrics and will serve you a lot because you will not know better the couple you feel in the with or that you like so much that you are ready to give yourselves to him instantly, okay? Without you find full happiness, then I do not assure you, but I will give, I guide you to suggest you beat your best preference. Human relationships are so complex, so constructing that not everything is okay, predicable or controllable. And if we add the conflicts that arise because of the difference that have experiences, each one of them the motivating of the mutual reactions when they try to reconcile, then the situation is complicated and requires a lot of passions to find the answers before the relationship has an insurmountable crisis since you choose a woman. Well, okay, the effort must become a daily fit to find balance and mutual acceptance of the defects and qualities. Okay? If you analyze the personality of your partner, you will see many of those solutions. Okay? They will coincide in many things, but also they will not do it in others. Okay? I always end up talking about the importance of the couple because I'm saying it's the list of the social problems. If we have disappointed and unhappy couples, yeah, try it. Accept that. Okay, okay. The family will be in emotional favor, okay? And the world and continue to be shouts, the voice of love, society do not end, of understanding the importance of having healthy partners. So they spend their time marketing feelings and tendencies to satisfy by admission of a view in pursues of the majority. I accept that. Something happened with the learning that produce imbalances and forms in your own present characters, especially especially if we consider the innate violence of the human being. So yes, I know you must learn the importance of changing our position in life and try to improve while we live. Not not let ourselves to be carried away by childhood outwards and by the pain that our parents' lacks of love caused us. or by a treacherous love that filled us with wounds, circumstances, one wood that isolates us from another a new sensation. If we hurt ourselves by avoiding happiness, it is time. It is time to renew ourselves and get rid of everything that prevents us also from enjoying ourselves thoroughly, adjust and harbor attitudes and wait. You're telling us that we still have another chance to be happy, and another, and another. I accept it, no? O sea, we are going to okay, to nudge from the that happiness to be, we need pass it to on personal effort, understanding and adaptability, and accepting that we must first identify what we need to from the words and others, and which person can feel the other part of you. The life is not like to song that say about your compliments, your better half. The experience in the couple must be for the present moments of the squandering of smile, so that the total success in any relationship can be assured, while the economic researches and optimal sexual pleasure. That take time. Knowing that your body needs from your partner that warm and tender love, sincere and respectful, without hiding plans the machines use, without calculated domains or strict programs, for example. No. To feel to feel that beautiful cavity that is a vagina of the woman with the true love. Okay, the man must accept that if the has chosen to penetrate it, he should do so with the intention of giving him a masculine member with softness and absolute respect to the mutual feelings. Well, it's my words, no? Tender, tender, tenderness and care. Tenderness and care. Hope that the sacrifice of this partner beside his clitoral capacity. Okay. Almost always unknown by us that most men is total before giving him the seminal fruit that can be the beginning or new being, respecting with adoration the homage to each of the inner cells of those beautiful and complacent walls of the female body. It is necessary to take the reproductive organs very sincerely, because we are animals that they, without understanding that a human being can do to casually use the organs to make us stupid, to pretend that we love ourselves, knowing that we were only hungry to enjoy. We eat and something we do not pay rent. Okay? Are led some with low morale, others insensitive who do not even know what happened. Pregnant women are extraordinary, like shame to be a first best praying and feeling their commitment, for example, no? And most are not interested in AIDS, okay? Condom, or real love, because there are very few who appreciate these concepts. There are many others who are bored to think about it, and some romantics who understand the miracle of nature and the kindness of the Creator. I do not I do not like to turn the thing around, um, and with the respect that I deserve human beings. We must speak clearly to clarify the shadows or the knowledge removing finally the cold bets or depressions. Okay, okay, actos de previente, the passes to the supervise of the conscious of an actor psychic tendency. No, we prevented solutions. I think so. No, the problem, the problem is not the coupling or making love, because that, my dear friend, is the simplest thing in the world science. It is part of our instinct of conservation. Its functional structure is so structured and stable that 2 million years have passed, and they have already consolidated his reign. I think I think something. Think of that. That's idea. Okay, I said more than, I don't know, 7 million human beings who inhabit this planet. 8,000 million human beings that inhabit this planet. Then now, 24. Despite the worst side, it has a socialized way being reproduced. Homo sapiens, okay? Without ensuring monogamy, only one partner is conferred in the human because the new what normal woman is willing to relate to a single partner. We have become, okay, become primitively polygamous. Okay, falling in love with several maids or gallants. And what is this? Okay, okay, very dear to whom I will always love exceptionally that the man is 97% sex and the woman 30, 13, no 30%, and that there is no desire to commit, in which I agree that the man is more as useful than the woman. So the male wins the meat and the woman the feelings. Simple as that. Please try to understand that. Simple as that. We then conclude that the relationship as a couple has a cycle and stage. In the terms agrees presented each case, which will inevitably leads to frustration. Eventually, except for a few exceptions to the rule, and pity because life is too short. Why? Okay, everything begins that with sweeping dreams of the romantic infatuation that only produce to the human being a peculiar emotion of being attracted fully for by these concerns or company. It is a sensor capable to being transmitted by us. The essential and unique emotional feeling in love is a show has impacted. You are having been bored thinking. We're giving you our ability to experience in our body sensation and stimuli that have been determined that fall in love, being in love. To the majority, it seems impractical to, to fall into a state of idiocy, okay, and ridicule by the common manifestation of this of those who have been prey to the emotion. There are many ways of interpreting it. It is something like, okay, and I will explain it properly, but with of the possible tenderness. But something are I think there's dizziness that is suffocate. And because of this Tia was okay, feel sick, you go sideways and then stops combine the movements or of breathing by still with the sensation of losing the breath. equal to the cooking, okay, equal to the cooking of beef with vegetables. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for this, this attention to my words and to explain all the things that I know is a relation to the zodiac or relationships. The relationship about the zodiac. I give you many words and many ways that you choose. Okay, okay. Let's if you want, pardon me, my my English, my poor English for you, but please, I'm sorry. Okay, let's go to the next. Okay, be good. Okay,